Hi, welcome to this video on ChemDis. My name is Gunter Koppens, partner at Harmonize IT. ChemDis is an add-on based on Microsoft Dynamics NAV produced by Harmonize IT. In the introduction video, we briefly introduced Harmonize IT and ChemDis as the ERP reference in the chemical industry. ChemDis closes the gap between traditional ERP systems and an ERP which you need to run your business in the chemical distribution or production industry. In this video, we are going to focus on margin control. In any business, margin control is crucial, but for chemical distribution companies, it is not only crucial, it is also relatively complex, as you have to deal with distribution costs, landing costs, handling costs. Some of them are known and carved in stone, but sometimes you have to start with a well-educated guess and then tune the costs to match reality as you move on in the process. ChemDis allows you to register all these costs, allocate them to the correct sales orders, and of course report on them. Margins on sales orders reconcile with your P&L. Let's move to the scenario. We'll begin by having a look at some basic setup. We are going to sell an order of 3 lines, 3 different products, and we are going to allocate an estimated transportation cost of €1,000 to that order. The quantities of the individual lines are 100, 395 and 5. The €1,000 will be allocated over the lines based on the quantities. The first line with a quantity of 100 will be allocated €200. The second line with quantity 395 will be allocated €790. And the third line with quantity 5 will get €10 of the transportation costs. Let's look at some of these features in action. We'll begin by having a look at some basic setup. In the setup, we'll tell the system logistical costs are allocated based on the quantity. You can also assign costs based on the relative amounts or values of the lines, but for this demo, we'll use quantity. Let's see how that works on an actual sales order. So here we are at our sales order with 3 sales lines for 3 different products, with the quantities 100, 395 and 5. We are going to allocate an estimated transportation cost of €1,000 to that order. We do that by going to Navigate, Distribution Costs. We're going to select one of our cost codes for transportation, and we are going to use our vendor Sprinter to do the actual transportation. And we're setting up 2 per unit so that we arrive at an estimated transportation cost of €1,000. Now let's look at the statistics of that order. Let's click Statistics. We are selling for €10,000 before taxes. The cost of goods sold of this order is for an amount of €5,000, which results in a profit for the sales order of €5,000. But we have just assigned the distribution cost of €1,000. So the end profit after distribution cost is €4,000 or 40%. This is what we have on our sales order. Now, let's see how this flows into our P&L. So let's ship and invoice the sales order and look at the value entries. Do note, I am posting on 1st of August. So let's go ahead and post our sales order, ship and invoice, hit OK. Now let's check some of our margins in Excel. We are looking at the report which I just refreshed. As you can see, for our sales order to Bekosan in August 2014, we see, for example, our original sales volumes. We see the revenues for the 3 products. We can have a look at the costs, including landing costs. Now, landing costs were not part of this demo, so this is cost of goods sold in this scenario. Here we have the gross margin 1 based upon revenues minus cost of goods sold minus the landing cost. We have our distribution costs as per our scenario. Gross margin 2 is based upon gross margin 1 minus the distribution costs we posted. And here we have the margins shown as a percentage. This shows that our P&L ties with our original sales order. Okay, this concludes our demo of ChemDis and margin control. Do reach out to us for additional questions you might have. Thanks for watching.